Deion Sanders. Dion, you know Jalen. You know cornerback play in the NFL. What's your take on this deal?
Well, not only do I know Jalen in the cornerback play, I know business. And this had a lot to do with business. I'm happy and elated that the Jacksonville Jaguars rid themselves of this situation because it was tenuous, it was monotonous, it wasn't going anywhere. I've talked to several people within the organization, and it was at a standstill. So the best thing they could possibly do was to move Jalen to satisfy his needs and concerns. At one point, it had got to the point that it wasn't about money anymore. Jacksonville Jaguars were willing to give Jalen what he desired, what he wanted, but obviously he wanted out, not to be with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, going to the Rams, that's a tremendous possibility and a wonderful opportunity last year. This year, no. The Rams are not the Rams that we knew from a year ago. They're not that. They're not that anymore. They're hoping this guy could energize them, inject them with what they once had. And to think about him and Keith to leave on the corners together, that is unbelievable. Just that thought.
Okay, the guys want to react to what you just said, but Dion, I heard something in the middle of your statement there that I don't believe I've heard before. Are you saying that Jacksonville was willing to pay Jalen Ramsey what he wanted when he, showed up to training camp in the Brinks truck and everything? And that,
No.
Go ahead.
Not then, but I'm pretty sure now or once it got too late, once the oven was hot,
okay,
they were willing to compensate him. This is not something I'm guessing. This is something I know. But I know Jalen did not want to be there as well because he didn't see winning in the near future whatsoever. And one thing that he wants, one thing that every cornerback wants, one thing that those two guys sitting at that wonderful table that were tremendous athletes, they wanted to win. We all play this game to win. The money is wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I'm very comfortable while I'm having this phone call with you guys. But I wanted to win.
We're going to pose
I really wanted to win, and that's what Jalen wants to do. He wants to win.
Okay, well, we're going to pause the phone call for a moment. Dion, stay on the line here because Jalen Ramsey has just posted on social media. I believe we have it here. Well, that says it right there.
That's all you got to say.
Photoshop
Ramsey. Yes.
Photoshop for the win.
Right there, dog. Good job, big fella.
Dion, I'm not sure if you're near a TV as well as on the phone here, but it's Jalen Ramsey, his Instagram account, with a photo of him already in a Rams uniform, and the Rams logo has been morphed into Ramsey. So
I like that. I like it. I'm watching it now. That is awesome, man.
Okay.
Hey, his Instagram game is second to none.
Yeah.
I love the young fellow, man.
All right,
I love the young fellow.
I'm here with D'Angelo Hall and Michael Robinson here, Dion. I know they were listening to your statement. Guys, a follow-up for Dion or something that you heard him say you agree with?
No follow-up, but I kind of heard the same thing, Dion, to where it wasn't about the money. He had a conversation with, I want to say it was the head football coach, and they just agreed to disagree, and Jalen walked out like, I don't want to play for this organization. And I've been a part of some things like that in Atlanta. We just agreed to disagree, get me out of there. And sometimes when you in that mindset of get me out of there, it's to your detriment. I was sent to Oakland. Y'all know the story. Yeah. 8 games, $70 million contract, 8 games, and I'm cut out the 8 games. And so not always is a change of scenery a good situation. And like Dion said, this isn't the Rams of last year.
That's what I was about
If he was coming to the
man.
Rams of last year, we would be saying, hey, contender for the Super Bowl. Yeah. But the Rams have other questions, as M-Rob has said, they just don't look very tough. And I know Jalen and his mindset will definitely rub off on some of those guys in that locker room.
He
but
can't block up front. He can't block a 3 technique.
He's not an offensive lineman, and he's not going to push the pocket for you.
Exactly, man.
Dion, back to you on. Go ahead, Dion.
Let me say this. 2 things that I know for sure. One thing is that Jalen is a businessman. Secondly, I don't feel like the Rams are the Rams as of old. Thirdly, taxes. See, people, these young kids ain't fools no more. Taxes in California and the cost of living in California is not feasible to a guy who's just coming out of Florida, not born and raised in Florida, but living in Florida. It's a whole different game. I don't know if this is going to be a situation that's going to last over a year. This may be for right now. I don't know if this is going to be a situation. And lastly, Jalen did not have a true problem with his head coach in Jacksonville. That was some people that was in the front office that Jalen really had a problem with, and it wasn't the cons. Let me tell you something. The owner and the son, they're some really good people, man.
Shad Khan you're referring to.
Yes,
Yeah.
They're an asset to the NFL. That was not Jalen's problem. Those two certainly were.
Okay, I got to push back on this, Dion. There's no way the Rams are making this move thinking it is rent a corner for a year and that they would let Jalen Ramsey walk. They have to have a long-term strategy to sign him to a long-term contract that he'll be satisfied with, right? You do not give up 2 first-round picks thinking we'll have him for a year.
Well, is it a sign? Is it a trade and sign? What
No,
is it?
we are not. Ian Rappaport at this time does not have any details on any agreed-upon contract, so we're still waiting to hear on that.
See, the cost of living in California for me.
It is. He went from 0% state income tax in Florida to the highest in the United States in California.
Let me tell you this. The highest bidder when I was in my sweepstakes was not Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. It was the Oakland Raiders. But I equated the business aspect of it.
Sure.